Alright, welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at array initialization. So in the last video we saw we had, say, int a 10. Now the problem with this is that when we create this, we've got 10 spots in memory that we can store values, but they're uninitialized, so they have some random value in there because we haven't given them a value yet. Okay, so this can be dangerous if we try and use these values because we don't know what's in there. Okay, so a way to get around this is to give them an initial value, and we've seen this with our variables as well. So for example, if I had int b, we don't know what's in there, it's uninitialized, but we can initialize it to say 2, okay, and that gives it the value 2 from the start. So we can do the same thing with our arrays, so we can do initialization, which is declaration and assignment on the same line. Now, the thing that you can't do is you can't give all the values to everything in the array on the same line except when initializing. Okay, so let's do this with a new array. So I'll call this array C, and I'm just gonna make it 5 so that it's a bit quicker. And we've got our assignment operator, and then I can do something like 1, 2, 3, 8, 6. Alright, so here what I've done is I've initialized my array. So when I create it, I also put the values in. So I've got the values 1, 2, 3, 8, and 6. It's a horrible 3. And that's because I've got this initialization here. Okay. Now how we do this is with our braces and commas. Okay. Now what I mentioned before is you can't on the next line do something like this. Okay. It won't work. All right. We can only set an individual value. It's only on initialization that we can set all of the values at once. Okay. Now, another trick that you can do is when you've got initialization, you don't actually need to specify the size of the array. You can just leave this blank because it can work out that there's 5 there. You can put the 5 there for safety. I'd probably just recommend just including it anyway. Now, one other trick that is handy is initializing everything to 0. And the way we can do this is we can create our array and we can just go 0 here. Okay, and all this does will create an array of size 5 and it will all be zeros. Okay, so this is the way that you can initialize an array to all zeros. And it's quite often the case that we want to start an array with zeros. For example, if each one of these is counting up a certain thing, we start at 0. That's it for initialization. And in the next video, we'll look at the relationship of for loops and arrays. All right, that's it. Thank you.